Hello and welcome. I am Mark Blackett, EMEA's Global Network Director. Our network supports collaborations that transform the systems that support farmer organizations and agri-SMEs. At our 2022 convening, we hosted 15 lightning talks to stimulate these collaborations. You have chosen to watch one of these lightning talks, and we are here to help you take the next steps to partnership.
Hello, everyone, and thanks for the opportunity to present this case study. My name is Myka Reinsch, and I have been the team leader on the external consulting firm Ayani that developed a case study on the STARS program. The Strengthening African Rural Smallholders Program, or STARS, was a 5-year initiative that started in 2016 and was completed in mid-2021, implemented by ECO, which is now part of CordAid, in partnership with the MasterCard Foundation. The purpose of STARS was to increase access to finance and markets for smallholder farmers in sub-Saharan Africa, and STARS applied a market systems development approach, an MSD approach, aiming to build capacity and stimulate new market behaviors among a range of actors, as you'll see in this chart in front of you that I'll turn to in just a moment. STARS importantly focused on farmer groups, so farmer cooperatives, or what we term in the case study producer organizations, or POs, to build management capacity, increase production, forge market linkages, and enhance access to finance. The case study, commissioned by EMEA and set to be published this week, I believe it is, if I'm not wrong, Mark, delves into selected STARS interventions in 2 countries in particular, in Senegal and Rwanda, with a focus on promising approaches and lessons learned to advance the agricultural production, livelihoods, and bankability of farmers and their POs in sub-Saharan Africa and beyond. We hope, with the examples that are provided. STARS employed 4 main levers to increase market engagement, bankability, and ultimately production and income of farmers. This image that you see represents these levers and the way that STARS brought different market actors and activities together to spur market system change. So it's important to note that there's not any single intervention or intervention category that would have achieved the significant results that STARS has seen without the interplay of the other components. So everything really worked together. And in the case study, we go into highlight some of the key STARS interventions in each area. So just to give you a sense, first looking at the orange triangle, farm production enhancement. In both Rwanda and Senegal, STARS set up farmer field schools as demonstration plots embedded in the communities and the fields of PO members for the purposes of hands-on testing and showing the value of new seed varieties, cultivation, and maintenance techniques on the farms. Of course, farmer field schools aren't new, but the way they were implemented under STARS had a strong impact on POs and individual farmers, largely because they decentralized agricultural extension. And in some cases, this really helped form a basis for coordinating and contracting business services, such as pesticide spraying in Rwanda. And in others, they helped to convince farmers of the value of spending more for improved seeds, for example, cowpeas in Senegal. STARS farmer field schools in many ways, again, formed a foundation for the other services that we go on to discuss. So let me turn quickly to market linkages in the yellow triangle. STARS stimulated value chain development through market linkages, largely in both countries by bringing together POs, input suppliers, and off-takers, as well as financial institutions. And STARS strive to be a neutral arbiter. So bringing these different actors together, simply introducing them, pointing out potential relationships, and then allowing the partnerships to form on their own. And this has led to long-term relationships that we are seeing evidence they are continuing since the end of the program. And they probably would not have been forged if it hadn't been for the catalyst that STARS provided. Third of all, PO capacity building. STARS services included intensive capacity building for POs according to their needs and objectives. So technical assistance provided by STARS staff and consultants included training on general financial and operational management, gender awareness training and support for ensuring that gender quotas were met, a development of formal operating procedures and manuals, collaborative development of business plans and action plans, preparing records and applications to successfully secure financing and sales contracts, and systematizing PO member meetings and decision-making. So this technical assistance played an important role in all of the program components in establishing the capacity and systems to continue their growth and momentum after the end of the program.
Myka, I'm going to have to rush you a little, sorry.
All right, well, finally, in financial services development, I'll just point out that STARS worked on both the supply side and the demand side, employing a couple of tools, one of which you may have heard of. I know it's being used a little more widely already in the field, the Agriculture Credit Assessment Tool, or ACAT, and another being the harvest tracking approach on the supply side to help POs really manage and track what their harvests are expected to be and to avoid off-selling or side-selling. And then, as you see in the gray areas around the entire image, there is an important component of continuous learning, as well as gender inclusive practices. And so again, just to emphasize that it's the holistic approach of STARS that made a difference and seemed to have catalyzed some change in the market in both Rwanda and Senegal, as well as the other countries in which this was introduced. Thank you.